If you have a lot of time to waste tonight, this will be a good video to waste it on because I don't really know where I'm going with this and what I'm going to say and how long it's going to be, anything like that. I'm just basically just going to be talking. And you may not believe it, but I don't really like to hear myself talk. I just feel like tonight I had to, though, because 1 year ago, really pretty much exactly, on the opening weekend, that Friday night, is when I saw Alita Battle Angel for the first time. And I went on a whim. It was probably um, right now it's 11:30, so obviously it was earlier. I saw a trailer on YouTube, and then I was just like, huh, okay, I'll go check this out. And wasn't blown away at first. I thought it was it was not a bad movie. I give it an 8.5, objectively, whatever. But couldn't forget about it. The next Monday, I was like, yeah, I'm going to see this movie again. And so I saw it that Monday, and then that's when I fell in love with the movie, and I had to go back again. What Friday, the next Friday night, and then Saturday night, and that is extremely rare because I never see a movie more than twice. I've only seen a few movies twice. Movies that I have seen twice are The Dark Knight Rises, the first Avengers movie, um, Captain America: The Winter Soldier, and um, oh, I did see Iron Man 3 twice, but only because I was just like, what the hell did I just see? Like, I gotta go back and see this again because I was just like, I'm not quite sure how I feel about this movie. So I had to go back and see it again. This time I brought a friend, and I just needed to be. I liked it better the second time I watched it. But the first time I was just like, what the hell is this? Um, so anyway, yeah, I saw the movie on the first Friday, the opening weekend. So that would make today the 1 year Alita anniversary. And we have been um, celebrating it basically on Twitter today. And I think it's just, we're going to probably continue all weekend and just be posting things and hashtagging Alita Anniversary. And so that, with this being the Alita Anniversary, I guess it's a good time to look back at the first video that I made, which was made on the 23rd, and that was the week after, right? That was the second week, and as I just said, I had saw it again the next Friday and Saturday. Well, this video that I'm speaking, I just highlight it here. This video is the one that I made. I think that was a Saturday, the fourth time I saw it. Yeah, I think that was right after I got back. And I made that video because at the time, I don't even know if there were, I guess there probably were other people making Alita videos, I guess, but that wasn't my concern. I was on Twitter, and I should actually see if I can find some of those old tweets. After I had saw the movie, on the Friday, I know I'm going everywhere. But I told you I was going to be all over the place. You just try to put this in perspective here. So this is that second week, all right? After the third time I saw it on that Friday, I was on Twitter, and um and I was just looking for things about Alita Battle Angel because I wanted to know what people were saying, what what people thought about the movie, and I just saw all this negative stuff. I just saw the media attacking the movie, right? And and I was like, man, what on earth is going on here? This movie should be praised. This movie should be celebrated, but it was being attacked. And so I remember saying that I was going to go see it again for the fourth time this week. And right after, basically, I ended up seeing it the fourth time. That was on a Saturday. Um, I thought, wow, you know what? I just got home. I got on YouTube and said I gotta say something because this movie is too good to be treated the way it is. And so that's all this first video was just me saying, critics just don't understand this movie. And I think they were just so, or maybe, well, there's more than one type of critic, but the first type of critic I think was expecting something more like a Marvel movie or a superhero movie, and they didn't get the same kind of structure. Things didn't wrap up neatly the way they like it to, so maybe they hit it for that. But also, you have those critics who, or I should put critics in quotation marks, who will attack Alita over her breast, right? Because she went from an A cup to a B cup when her body took on her subconscious image of herself, which is completely okay for people to do. If you want bigger breasts, you go get plastic surgery. You want a smaller nose, bigger nose, go get plastic surgery. But um, there were feminists out there who had, I'm going to put feminists in quotation marks too, because it's not very feminist of them to attack a woman for wanting to present the way she wants to present. And so, yeah, Alita has been attacked and is still being attacked over that, over having breast, over having the female shape. And, anyway, but this first video was just about critics not understanding Alita, and it was me trying to say, this is what they should be looking at. This is how they should look at the movie. This is how they should approach it. And it was nothing. It was just out of nothing but love for Alita, right? I didn't make my first video to get like any sort of to make any sort of criticisms or any attacks against another movie or another franchise or anything like that. From the beginning, my whole purpose was just to just love Alita, right? And from there, um, yeah, I continued. Not really. I didn't really at the time. I really didn't care if anybody even watched the channel. I was mostly just doing it um, just because it was cathartic for me. I needed some outlet because I had these emotions, right? And I was just sad and I was angry and I was frustrated because Alita was just dying at the box office and needed help, and I just needed to do something. So um, I had to make videos, whether people watched them or not. And there was the Alita challenge that happened right around March 4th and 5th. That's when it started, I believe. And it was supposed to be a event that got people to get up and go see Alita, but the person who started the Alita challenge was more interested in um, protesting Captain Marvel, getting people to go see Alita instead of Captain Marvel. And my whole point to the Alita challenge, I will actually play this. Why not? Let's just play it. My whole point to the Alita challenge was simply to get people to go watch Alita. Was simply to um, go support this movie. Don't let it bomb, basically. And yeah, I had problems with the way Alita was being treated as compared to the way a movie like Captain Marvel was being treated. Alita was being dumped on by the media and abandoned, left to die, and yet other movies, the direct competition, also starring a female character, a white female character, was being put on a pedestal. And I didn't think that was very fair. But, you know, that bitterness aside, continue making videos. Here, this video is about no, it's two audio recordings, two people from the Access Media admitting that they have, let's say, given positive reviews in order to keep their access. And it exposed some of the corruption in the media, which we know is there, but it's on. They admit it, right? They admit it. They're corrupt. They're on the take. They're shills. That's the word. They're shills. In this video here is a this is about the thread that I used to make on Twitter before I started making the videos. I had already began taking snapshots, taking screenshots of stuff. Like, I'm not gonna let them, get away with doing this to Alita. And I started making a thread, and it wasn't long before I started making videos, but I did start screenshotting everything. It's basically after I saw the movie, I just started screenshotting everything. And so, uh, this was the first big thread that I made of things to defend Alita there. And I found a lot of people through that thread. And up here we have the Rotten Tomatoes thread here that they had put out what was it called? The they asked the question, what was your favorite movie of the year so far, right? And this was around March 18th. I think this was March 17th. And of course, that's when the Alita fans showed up and started taking over, completely um, uncoordinated. Not like now when we say, okay, everybody, let's jump in this thread and vote. Back then it was just sort of a surprise to see that many people show up. And I met a lot of people through that thread, and that's also when Mr. Jinx Toast gave us the name Alita Army, and we started calling ourselves the Alita Army because we stormed threads like an army. And anyway, so I'm not gonna go through this whole history of mine. That'd take too long. But yeah, for some reason, feminists really still do not, quote feminists do not like Alita because what is mostly this new wave of fourth wave, or what do you call them, postmodern feminists who just they hate femininity. They do. And so they look at the female form as something that men like, something that men um, enjoy, basically. And they want to deprive men of that. So whatever is feminine or beautiful and attractive to a man, they attack it. So Alita is beautiful and attractive to men, so they attack her. She's not allowed to be feminine. You know, if she was masculine, they're literally mad because she had breasts. Okay, they're literally mad because she had female anatomy and that she's attractive. If she had looked like a trash can, or had been androgynous or looked like a man, they would be happy because we wouldn't get any we wouldn't enjoy looking at her, right? And so that's the whole problem with Alita, is that men like her, and that's a shame. And they continue to attack her, and all I could do was just do my best to just say, you know what, this is why they are wrong for attacking her. When the Mary Sue attacked, I basically said, look, this is why I'm going to go through what they say about Alita and tell you exactly why it's wrong for them to say this. And and there were videos where I had to break down their lies when they say things like Alita doesn't have agency or things like that. Just complete BS, right? There are times when I have to just go through those and explain point by point exactly why they're wrong. And yeah, it was a bumpy road though. There were times when Alita really, really did look like it would be a complete flop and there wouldn't be a sequel, but there were times when we had hope, and we it wasn't a sure thing, but we were like, yeah, we're surviving, especially thanks to China. China really pulled through for Alita. And here's a video that I made about Sonic and Alita, because um, both Alita and Sonic both had to go through some changes. And I think, yeah, I'm going to see Sonic this weekend, and that's another Valentine's Day or February release, and I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'm almost done here. I don't even know what I'm doing tonight, just talking. Uh, Here's one of the um, quote feminists who attacked the leader. I think that is Manola Dargis, who writes for the New York Times, and she was the first one to complain about Alita having breasts, right? Calling her, saying, "Why does she have breasts if she's not a sex bot or a wet nurse?" Like, well, why, why not have breasts? You know, you could say that if you said that about a trans woman, right? Why does a trans woman have breasts if she's not a sex bot or a wet nurse or, you know, if you call them fun bags, that'll probably really make their head explode. But whatever, you know, these people, it's a new religion, really. It's just a new religion. You have sins, you know, you have things that you're not permitted to. I'm not quite sure who their God is, but it's just another religion to me, you know. Uh, let's see here. I guess there's not much more to say and to show. It's been a long year, um, but at the same time, it's weird because it's also been kind of short. It feels both long and short at the same time. No, it's a long year, but I can remember things like they were yesterday. I guess that's what I should say. I know I'm not as active on YouTube as before, mostly because I'm busy doing things on Twitter, and I think I like the ability to have back and forth with people who are not Alita fans. You know, with YouTube, it's pretty much, it feels like a lot of it just feels like one way communication. And I mean, you put out a video and then people comment, but um, I don't know. I kind of like being able to just meet different people and I don't know, just go where they are, you know, jump in the threads that they're in and say, hey, why don't you watch Alita? You know, why don't you give Alita a shot? Watch Alita. And so that's pretty much what I spend a lot of time doing. I'll probably get back to making videos more frequently, I guess, maybe, or maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. Yep, so I am pretty much done talking. Thank you all for listening and wasting your time with me. Happy Alita Anniversary and talk to you later.